Introduction. Trauma is a fact of life. It doesn't, however, have to be a life sentence. The first time I finished something started hit differently. Maybe it was because at the time I felt like I was stuck in an endless loop of anxiety, searching for something or anything that gave me hope. Or maybe I just needed to hear that healing was possible even when my own mind was convinced otherwise. Whatever the reason, that quote stayed with me. If you are here, I'm guessing some part of this resonates. Maybe stress is making daily life feel heavier than it should be. Maybe anxiety has you wondering if you will ever feel like yourself again. Or maybe it's something harder to explain, like a pressure in your chest that won't go away, or a quiet disconnect from the world. Whatever shape it takes, know this: you're not making it up, you're not alone. I've been there. I remember waking up every morning with a weight on my chest I couldn't explain. There was no crisis, no major life event, nothing that should have made me feel the way I did. And that was the most frustrating part. I couldn't figure out why I felt like this, which meant I had no clue how to fix it. I tried everything I could think of: talk therapy, exercise, mindfulness, apps, but nothing seemed to reach the part of me that was hurting the most. Then one day, I stumbled across a podcast featuring Peter A. Levine, the founder of Somatic Experiencing, and Dr. Bella Van Der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score. They were talking about how the body holds onto unresolved past experiences, how trauma and stress don't just live in your head, but get stored in your muscles, your breath, your nervous system. At first, I wasn't sure what to make of it, but as I continued listening, all those feelings I couldn't explain, the knots in my back, the clenching of my fists, the tears that came out of nowhere, started to make sense. My body wasn't betraying me. It was trying to tell me something, and for the first time I realized I needed to listen. That's how I found somatic therapy, a body-based approach to healing that focuses on reconnecting with what's been stored in your body and finding ways to release it. Initially, it felt unfamiliar. I sat quietly, focused on my breath, and noticed what my body had been carrying. It seemed too simple to actually work, but slowly things started to shift. The knot in my back loosened, the weight in my chest lifted, my hands, always clenched into fists, started to relax, and for the first time in a long time, I felt more like myself. If you have tried everything and still feel stuck, somatic therapy might be the missing piece, the tool that reaches the part of you nothing else has, a way to heal rather than just manage what you've been carrying. I create this workbook to share what I have learned and give you practical, accessible tools for your own journey, not fluff, not complicated theories, just real strategies you can use, a guide to working with your mind-body connection, not against it. Here is what we will explore together: how trauma, stress, and anxiety leave their mark on your body. You will uncover why these feelings often show up as physical sensations and why they are not just in your head, exploring your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Before we explore body-based somatic practices, we will set the foundations in place by focusing on self-awareness, self-regulation, and mindfulness. Developing somatic awareness: trauma, panic, fear, anger, frustration, and depression don't just disappear, they leave their mark, often making you feel stuck, frozen, lost, or even overheated. Through simple targeted exercises, we will learn to recognize these signals and work with them instead of feeling caught in their grip. Somatic healing techniques: we will use pendulation and titration to gently approach difficult emotions while introducing resourcing to help you access internal strengths and feelings of safety when needed. practical tools for nervous system regulation finally is part of your healing journey. We will explore breathwork, movement, vagus nerve regulation, grounding, and more as practical tools to release tension, find balance, and reconnect with yourself in a way that feels doable. And the best part, these aren't just ideas to read about. They are actionable steps and activities you can incorporate into your life. The book will finish with a 28-day plan to help you weave these exercises into your daily routine. I'll be honest, healing isn't always a straight line. Some days will be easier than others, but every small step matters, even when it doesn't feel like it in the moment. By the time you turn the last page of this book, my hope is that you will feel lighter, freer, and more connected to yourself than you have in a long time. Healing is possible, peace is possible. Take a deep breath. This is the start of something new, and I'm so glad you are here. Let's begin. The foundations, understanding somatic therapy. The mind and body are like parallel universes. Anything that happens in the mental universe must leave tracks in the physical one. Deepak Chopra. Somatic therapy is like adjusting a blurry camera lens. You don't realize how out of focus things were until everything sharpens. It shifts your attention to the signals your body has been sending, the way your chest tightens when an old memory resurfaces, the tension in your back during an awkward conversation, or how your shoulders climb when stress sneaks in. These sensations aren't random, they are part of your body's built-in way of processing what's happening beneath the surface. The word soma comes from Greek meaning body, but in somatic therapy, it goes beyond what you see in the mirror. It's about experiencing your body from within, tuning into the sensations, movements, and physical tension that shape your experience of the world. Every celebration, argument, and moments of stress leaves an imprint influencing how you breathe, carry yourself, and even how you feel. For much of history, therapy focused on the mind, treating thoughts and emotions as if they existed separately from the body. But what happens when the body remembers something the mind can't explain? As researchers and practitioners started to look closer, they found that trauma and emotions settle deep within the body. Back in the early 20th century, psychoanalyst Wilhelm Reich noticed that his patients weren't just talking about their emotions, they were carrying them, locked up in their muscles like unfinished business. His solution: breathe deeply to release the tension. A few decades later, Alexander Lowen expanded on this idea, recognizing that emotions didn't just get stored up in the body but actively shaped posture, movement, and breath. Bioenergetic Therapy by Alexander Lowen, 2023. His work made it even clearer. Emotions are felt and embodied. By the 1970s, somatic therapy started to really take shape. Thomas Hanna introduced the idea of sensory motor amnesia, which basically means your brain and muscles stop communicating effectively, often causing chronic pain. Around the same time, Dr. Peter Levine noticed how animals shake off stress after danger and wondered, why don't humans do that? His curiosity led to somatic experiencing, a method that helps people release the energy trauma traps in their bodies. Others like Ron Kurtz and Pat Ogden put on these foundations, blending mindfulness, neuroscience, and body awareness into practices that help people reconnect with themselves. Somatic therapy today combines all these ideas: psychology, movement, mindfulness, and cutting edge neuroscience. While history is fascinating, this book is about what you can actually do. In the chapters ahead, you will find practical techniques to help you reconnect with your body and emotions, creating more balance and ease in your everyday life. Now that you've got to the backstory, let's dive into how these principles work in practice.